Hi everyone. Today in this session, you are going to learn about types of EDI, or we can say types of EDI system. Before going to know about what are the different types of EDI, so we should recap again the process of EDI. So in previous session, we discussed about what is the process of EDI. So EDI process contains three steps. The first one is what prepare the document to be sent, and the second step under EDI process, translate the documents into EDI format, and the third step is connect and transmit your documents to your business partner. So if you go to first step, the sending company should prepare the documents which are to be sent to the receiving company in the form of EDI documents through or via any communication channel. So the sending company will prepare their own documents by using their own application softwares in their systems. So once the documents are prepared, those documents must be translated into some standard EDI format documents. Those are also called EDI documents. So with the help of EDI translator. So once the EDI translator has been translated the business documents into EDI business documents, so those documents must be uh, transmitted or sent via any communication software. So this communication software may be a direct or point-to-point communication. That means what it may have a dedicated link from sending company to receiving company without the involvement of any third-party services, or else the communication software may use or depends upon EDA network or third-party service provider, which is provided by other third-party persons. So this communication software is also called what type of EDI. So the company, sending company and receiving company are business partners should adapt any type of EDI system. So that may be direct or point-to-point communication EDI, or else any EDI network which is provided by the third-party service provider. Right. So today the topic related to this communication software. So we can also say the communication software is also called what type of EDI, which the sending company and receiving company are going to use for exchanging their business documents via any communication media. So this is about EDI process. So let's go for the type of EDI or EDI system. So there are many different types of EDI. So nowadays, in most companies are using, and the companies are adopting what different EDI type to connect with their business partners. So how they will adapt the EDI type? What type of EDI type they are going to adapt? They are going to use for exchanging business documents. That depends upon the size of the business, and it also depends upon how important the EDI software is helpful for the business organizations, and also the frequency of their transactions, how frequently they are going to perform the business transactions, and that also depends upon the number of transactions they are going to perform in a business. So the selection of EDA type by the business organizations depends upon these factors. One is what, so the number of business trading partners they are having, the size of the business they are having, and the importance of EDA to their systems, and also the frequency of their transactions. And if you come to the types of EDI, so there are different types of EDI systems are there. So there are as follows. So the first one is a direct EDI or point-to-point EDI, and the second one is EDI WAN, and the third one is EDI via AS2, fourth one is web EDI, and the fifth one mobile EDI. And if you go for a direct EDI or point-to-point EDI, see, so direct EDI establishes a dedicated secure line between trading partners. That means what? If you observe this diagram, right hand side in this slide, so if you observe this diagram, so let us assume this is your business, and these five are the your business partners or trading partners, and also you assume your business is a selling company, and these are the purchasing partners. And here your business is having what a separate and dedicated line from your business to this first partner, and a similar way you are also having a dedicated or separate line to other business individual partners also. And how these lines are connected means what, with the help of different communication protocols they are using. So with these communication protocols only, the business partners can exchange their business documents. And a second point, this approach is used when organization need to communicate with its each trading partner individually. So whenever one company wants to exchange the business documents to their trading partner, so they need to maintain what a separate dedicated lines. And if they want to communicate with only their trading partners only, not to communicate with the other trading partners belongs to other trading business. So this is only for what its own specific business partners only. And the third one, to communicate with each trading partner, organization needs to manage hundreds or thousands of separate connections. So here your business is having what, five trading partners. In order to communicate with the five trading partners, you are having what, five dedicated communication links. Suppose if your business is having 100 trading individual partners, you need to have 100 separate dedicated lines to each and every individual partner. That becomes what, more complex. That's why this is not helpful for big organizations where one business is having more number of trading partners. So this is only useful and suggestible for only the business having limited number of partners. And next point, this connection is directly provided through internet. This communication link will be provided to the trading partners by using internet, that too by using what, communication method or protocol. So each and every communication link must use their own communication protocols. And suppose if trading partners are using different communication methods or protocol, then this approach becomes complex. Why? Because your business is having what, for example, AS2 protocol. Suppose if you want to exchange document from your business through AS2 communication protocol to this second partner or third partner or fourth partner, so we can't able to exchange. Why? Because these second, third, and fourth, these three partners are using different protocols, and you are using another protocol. If two different protocols maintained by two different business partners, the documents cannot be exchanged. So that becomes what, more complex. So then, what the solution for this problem is? So if you choose the direct connection model, if you are adapting this type of direct EDI or point-to-point EDI, so your organization need to purchase a software package. So package means what? It will bundled, or it is a combination of something, right? But here software package means what? This software package is a bundle of or combination of different protocols. If you purchase or if you use this software package, this software package can provide different protocols like AS2, SFTP, FTPS, and other kind of protocols. That's why if you are using this software package, your business can exchange the documents to any trading partner which are using any communication protocol. So like this, we can solve the problem in this direct EDA. But this direct EDA is not suggestible for big organizations where your business is having more number of trading partners. Suppose it is not also advisable to the business partners where the trading partners are having more number of the selling partners. So here in this diagram, these five partners are having only one selling business. That too, they are connected to your business only. Suppose if these five partners are also communicate with other business also, this is not suggestible. Why? Because that becomes what, more complex. Why? Because uh, different business will use what are different communication protocols. And the next, second type of EDI, that is EDI WAN. So WAN stands for Value Added Network. And a value added network is a simple, secure private network that acts as an intermediary between business partners sharing standard data. So, what this WAN does means it is a very simple network and it provides what a safe and secured private network between the business partners. It will act as an intermediary. That means what which organizations will adopt this type of EDI means where the business are not going to connect directly. So they want, if they want to connect indirectly, if they want to maintain virtual connections, uh, the organizations don't want to maintain direct connections or dedicated lines between their trading partners. So they can depend upon this third party service called EDI WAN. And this van will act as an intermediary between your business and your trading partners. And the second point, an EDI van is an electronic postal service. This is also called electronic postal service. So postal service means what in general also we can say, if you go for a general postal service, that is post office services. So whenever you write any letter, if you want to send that letter to any other person located in some other location, so that letter you can keep inside the envelope cover, and that you can post in the post box nearby you. So that from that post office, the postman can carry that mail to uh, other uh, post office is located in some other location. Like that, letters will be mailed through post office to other persons who are located in some other location. That is called uh, traditional postal service. But nowadays we are using what electronic postal service like emails. So if you want to write a letter, if you want to send any message, so that we can send through emails with the help of what email IDs. So in 24 by 7 we can use that service. So this is also similar to our email service because this EDI WAN also provides what electronic postal service. And next third point, the EDI WAN provider offers an electronic mailbox to each trading partner. So whatever the trading partners are there, business partners are there. The business partners may be what any selling company or else a purchasing company. So both the business partners can have this EDI WAN mailbox. So what is a mailbox means what this box contains what the mails or documents or messages which are transmitted from the sender to the receiver. So how this mailbox will work means, so whatever the documents are sent and received from the van, and the organization checks the mailbox periodically to retrieve its documents. Why? Because so here the organization, the selling company cannot transfer directly the EDA documents to its trading partners. Why? Because there is no dedicated line or communication link between the business, your business and your trading partners. So there is an intermediary between your business and your trading partners. That is what WAN. So that's why whatever the documents you are sending, those documents will be first reached to EDI WAN mailbox. And from that mailbox, the EDI documents will be transmitted over a secured connection or say in a secured communication network to its receivers or to its trading partners. And from the trading partner side also, they will maintain what their own WAN mailbox. And whenever one message or EDI documents is transmitted from the sender's EDI WAN mailbox to receiver's EDI mailbox, it will intimate to the receiver that some message or some EDI documents is arrived into your mailbox. So with that intimation, the receiver knows so from whom that EDI document is received. So that's why the EDI WAN receives EDI messages from the senders, and it will sort out the EDI messages according to the trading partners for intended recipient and deliver the mail to the recipient mailbox. And next, the WAN notifies the recipient that they have a new message waiting. So with that notification, the recipient knows he got or they got some EDA document from so and so business partner. In addition to secure communication, it also provides backup and recovery. So whatever the EDA documents or messages are transmitted from the sender to receiver or receiver to sender, those messages or data or EDA documents will be taken backup copies automatically by the WAN network. Why? Because if any business partner lost any EDA documents, that can be recovered from this WAN mailbox automatically, so without losing their data. And it also provides what authentication of EDA messages also. How it will provide authentication means what? It will authenticate and it will check whether that is transferred or sent from a intended sender, or it is received by the intended recipient or not, by checking their sender's credentials and receiver credentials. If both the senders and receiver credentials are correct, so it will authenticate that email EDA message, and then only transmit that message to the intended receiver. And this we can understand with the help of a diagram that is shows a EDI van. So see here it is what your business, and your business is having a one, two, three, four trading partners, and these four trading partners are using what their own communication protocols, and you are also using what your own communication protocols. So whatever the communication protocols you are using, based upon that communication protocols, this van will exchange the EDI documents to the intended recipients. And this is acting as what WAN. So this WAN supports what AS2, SFTP, FTPS, and other data format. That's why no need to bother about about the exchange of EDA documents through any communication protocols. It supports all type of communication protocols. So this will act as an intermediary. This contains what mailbox, and your business also having what your own van, and your trading partner also will have what your own their own van mailbox, and your mailbox, from your mailbox only the documents will be sent to the recipient mailbox. So this recipient van mailbox notifies, so whenever the new document is arrived from sender system to this van mailbox, so with that trading partners will knows, recipient knows, so from so and so sender, so and so document or message uh, is received. So this is about what EDI when. And next third type of EDI type is EDI via AS2. So here AS2 stands for applicability statement 2. And AS2 is one of the most popular methods for transporting the data, especially EDA data, securely and reliably over the internet. So nowadays, most of the companies are also using what this type of EDA to exchange business documents among their trading partners. So why? Because it will transport the EDA documents or exchange the business documents uh, securely and reliably over the internet. So for sending the business documents securely, this AS2 will use what different communication protocols, which provides a secured connection between the uh, trading partners, and also provides what reliability over the internet. Reliability means what? So whenever one sender is sending any business document to receiver, so during the transmission in the internet, it doesn't allows any person to modify the content or edit the content, right? So if there is no facility called hacking that information and modifying that information by some other hacker, so that is called what reliability. So that reliability will be also provided by this AS2 EDA system. And the next, essentially involves what two computers. One is a client and server connecting in a point-to-point manner via web. So it also implements this technology by using what client server technology. Client means what we can say your trading partner, and server means what your business. So in between you and your clients, this provides what safe and secure communication. So to exchange business documents. If it is a client server technology means what? How the client server technology will work means what? With the help of TCP/IP protocol. Why? Because in internet, what are the documents we are transmitting? What are the data we are transmitting from one computer to another computer? So that will be sent securely with the help of TCP/IP protocol only. And the next AS2 creates an envelope. So in the similar way of WAN is what electronic postal service which contains what mailbox. In the similar way, AS2 we also will create envelope for their EDI documents, and it will allows secure transmission of business documents by using techniques called digital certificate and encryption over the internet. So digital certificate means what? It will generate the digital signature on the EDA documents. With the digital signature only, it will authenticate or validate the business documents, and it will authenticate the sender and receiver based upon the digital signature on that business document. And it also use one more technique called encryption. So encryption means what? Before sending the original message to the receiver from the sender over the internet, so the original message will be converted into some non-understandable format that is called ciphertext, and that ciphertext cannot be understandable anyone, though it is hacked by some other person during the transmission. And at the receiver end, that encrypted text will be converted again into the original text, that is called decryption. So that's why here, before sending the business document, the sending company will go for encryption, and whenever that encrypted business documents are received by the receiver will again convert that encrypted document into decrypted document by using what their own private and public keys, secret keys. That is called encryption. The encryption techniques and digital signature, all with these are explained in our past classes. And next, AS2 operates only over the networks running the TCP/IP protocol. So in this EDI system, the drawback is this EDI system will only work or run under TCP/IP protocol communication network only. But nowadays, all networks are what are running under a TCP protocol only, right? So that's why don't bother about this EDI system. So most of the companies are nowadays using this EDI type only. And the receiving computer must be connected to the internet at the time of document is sent. So whenever one document is sending to receiver, so the sender and receiver must be connected to the internet. And next, A is to use a public and private encryption keys to prevent data theft or hacking while verifying that the sender of that information is a trusted source. That means what this AS2 will send the EDI documents safe and securely by using what digital certificate as well as what encryption. In the encryption, the sender and receiver will use what a public and private key encryption keys. That means what we have discussed what encryption techniques called symmetric encryption and asymmetric encryption. Symmetric key encryption is also called private key encryption, and asymmetric key encryption is also called what public key encryption. In symmetric encryption, both the sender and receiver will use the same key for encryption and decryption, and it is not suggestible to use both the same keys for encryption and decryption. Why? Because the same key must be transmitted over the untrusted network called internet. So if it is transmitting over the internet, that key can be hacked. That's why. So most of the companies will use what public encryption or asymmetric encryption. So in this public or asymmetric encryption, the sender will use one key for encryption and the receiver will use what another key for decryption. So both the keys must be different for encryption and decryption of their data. And next, this EDI-2 can be explained with a step-by-step process for sending EDI purchase order via AS2. So whenever one company wants to raise any purchase order, and that purchase order means what? A purchase order contains what type of products they are going to purchase, how many number of quantities they are going to purchase, and on which data they want those products. That will be uh, entered in purchase order. So that purchase order can be raised by the what the sender system. That means what we can say purchase company. So here purchase system can create what purchase order and it's a proprietary format. Proprietary format is what local format. Suppose you want to purchase what any products from other selling company, you need to create what a purchase order with the purchasing details by using MS Word or Excel or any kind of word processing software. So that will be in your local format only. And so in your local computer, if you create any document with your own application software, that is comes under proprietary format document. But a proprietary format documents will not be exchanged between the business partners. That's why after creating the purchase order with its local format, so the sender has to translate that format of document into standard EDA format. So that a document, business document must be converted into EDA business document by using what EDA software. And next, after converting your document into EDA document, the AS2 software will encrypt that EDA document, business document, and it will digitally signed by the purchaser, and it will be transmitted to the supplier via internet, right, to the supplier. And at a receiver means what the supplier also will maintain what AS2 software. That AS2 software will receive the file from the receiver, from the sender, that is a purchase order it will receives, and verifies that purchase order, and it will also verifies what credentials. If the credentials are matched, so then it authenticates that purchase, and it will decrypt the file. And after decrypting the file, it knows what purchase order contains, and according to the details given in the purchase order, the sending supplier company will ready to deliver the products. And after receiving the same purchase order, the supplier AS2 software also sends an encrypted and digitally signed message back to the sender, that is acknowledging the receipt of the file. So after receiving the file purchase order from the purchaser by the supplier will digitally sign on the document, and the same document will be encrypted again, and that will be transmitted to the purchaser that I received your file, like that acknowledgement will be given to the receiver by the supplier. So this is the process of what EDA via AS2. And next, if you go for fourth type of EDA, that is a web EDA. It enables businesses to exchange EDA documents using simple web forms. That means what here, uh, it will exchange the business documents with the help of web forms. Web forms means what? The forms which are created by using what any web technologies like HTML. And where we can find web forms means what? In any in the form of website. That's why here, so whenever one purchase company or any trading partner wants to generate any purchase order, so first of all, the purchaser company must visit the supplier website. The supplier website contains what? Web forms, and these web forms will accept the inputs or the required purchase requirements from the trading partners. And after filling the requirements in this form, automatically the supplier website will convert those purchase orders into EDI formatted documents. And based upon that EDI format documents, they will deliver the products to the purchaser. So that's why see, web EDI is simply conducting EDI through an internet browser. It means what? Through internet browser only, the purchase company can open the seller's website, and in that website they can find what web forms. In that web forms, they need to uh, fill the fields like what which products they want, how many number of quantities they want, on which date they want. So these are details they need to fill in that web form. So once the fields are filled by the purchase company, so automatically it generates what EDA documents. See, so it replicates paper-based documents as a web form. The form will contain fields where users can enter information. Users means what here? Purchase companies, those who want products from the suppliers. Once all the relevant information is added, it is automatically converted into EDI messages, and that will be sent via secure internet protocol such as file transfer protocol secure, hypertext transfer protocol secure, or AS2. So once the purchase company is filled the requirements, for the trading partner, automatically that those web forms will be converted into EDA documents, and those EDA documents will be sent to the supplier by using some secured internet protocols called FTPS and HTTPS or AES. And in this model, the hub organization implements EDA. Here, hub organization means what? The supplier organization. So they will implement the EDA system and develop what a web forms option for use by its a small and medium size business partners. That means for this web EDA is suitable for only for small and medium size business partner. It is not suitable for large organization where the organization is having more number of uh, trading partners. And these web forms may be hosted on the hub's website. Here hub's website means what? The supplier's website. And the supplier website contains the web forms, and those web forms can be accessed by the trading partners to fill their requirements. And after filling their requirements, automatically that web form will be converted into EDA document, and that document will be sent to the suppliers organization through different communication protocols. And next, business partners connected to the web forms via web browsers. That purchase companies will connect with web browsers only to exchange documents as forms that are converted into EDA documents behind the scenes for subsequent processing by the hub. Right? So here hub means what? The selling company. So the selling company or supplier company will maintain one website that is called hub, and in that website only they will generate for web forms, and those web forms will be given to the purchase companies, and purchase companies will fill the details. Their requirements will be filled in that web form, and after filling the requirements in that web form, automatically that web form will be converted into EDA document, and the document will be transmitted to the supplier by using different secure communication protocols. So that is web EDA, and that we can explain the form of diagram also. See here, this is your business and this is your customers and nothing but trading partners. And in between your business and your customers, the web EDA is acting as intermediary. So in this first step is here, first one, and the your customer, your purchase company is preparing what purchase order, and that purchase order will be sent through web EDA. Means what? By using this internet browser, the purchaser company will create fill the fields in the web forms which are given by your business, and that is called what? Web EDI browser interface. And whatever the fields are filled by the purchase company, that can be printed or that can be converted into PDF documents, right? So like this, the selling company will create will gives provides one web interface, that is a browser interface. So with that browser interface only, the purchase companies will provides what their requirements, and that document also will be converted into what EDA documents. And based upon that EDA documents only, the customer will get what? Invoices from the your business, invoice from the supplier company, right? So like this, that web EDA will work in the business. And next, the last one, the type is what? Mobile EDA. Mobile EDA is in the name itself tells mobile EDA. That means what? EDA which is integrated in mobile devices like smartphones or tabs or any kind of mobile devices. So mobile EDA uses mobile communication technology to exchange EDA data between the parties. So here, so the different business partners can exchange their business documents by using any mobile communication called mobiles or smartphones or tabs, and it provides for 24 by 7 information between a company and its trading partners. So if it is a EDI which is providing through mobile devices, so we can carry mobile devices anywhere, and we can also access the mobile devices 24 by 7 on any time. That's why this is a 24 by 7 information between the company and its trading partners. And next, incoming electronic transactions for invoicing, shipping documents, purchase orders, and other documents. So the business documents, what? Any invoices which are generated by the selling company, and the shipping documents which are given by the supplier company, and the purchase orders which are generated by the purchase companies or the customers, or other documents can be viewed as they arrive directly on smartphones, right? So here no need to use what any computers, right? So no need to take any printouts. So directly whenever those type of documents are exchanged directly, we can see those documents in our mobile devices from time to time. So our mobile device like iPhone, iPad, BlackBerry, or Android mobiles with any internet connection. So it offers managers up-to-date information also when they are out of the office, on the road, on the way to or back from the office, and when they are away at meetings or weekends or vacation. So whenever the managers go out for any kind of purpose, even though they are not in the office, so they can access their mobile devices and they can view their business documents and they can track the business documents, and they can receive the purchase orders from the customers, and according the purchase orders they can generate the invoices and they can deliver the products. So from time to time within a short span, that's why it provides what 24 by 7 information to the managers to take any business decisions. And if you want to see the example, here this example of mobile EDA. This is one application app which we can download from the Play Store. This application name is what B2B Gateway EDA Connect app. So if you install this app, it provides what EDA. So this provides what mobile EDA. And if you register in this app, so you can also act as a trading partner. And if you want to do any business, so you can give this app to, and you can connect to your trading partners with app. So see here, once user sign up for a B2B gateway EDA account, they can electronically exchange business documents such as purchase orders, invoices, shipping notices, etc. with trading partners without having to rekey any data, without entering any kind of data repeatedly. So they can maintain, they can generate the business documents so with any trading partner. So these B2B gateways EDA solutions are cloud based. That means what they need what internet connection, and in your mobile phone no need to store these business documents. All business documents which are received from some other business partners, or if you send any business documents to any other trading partner, all the data will be stored in a cloud only, not in your mobile. So that's we don't no need to bother about the storage space. So you can store on the cloud, and even though you change your mobile device from that cloud, you can get your business documents. So that is the use of cloud storage. And clients can now use the B2B Gateway EDA Connect app on their Android and Apple devices to oversee trading partners' relationships, daily EDA transactions, and contract their and contract their support in is 24 by 7. So they can keep track of everything. They can keep track of their suppliers, they can keep track of their customers, they can keep track of their service engineers, and they can take support 24 by 7 support. They can make a calls, and they can raise a complaints. So by using this EDA Connect application. So this is the use of what mobile EDA, right? So this is about EDA type, or types of EDA system. So thank you so much.